So there's a school. It's called Unbound Academy. And what it is, it's a charter school in Arizona. From what I've seen, they have other branches in other parts of the United States. And what they do is they've set up where, like, 2 hours a day, the students get instruction on the core stuff like your math, your sciences, your academics. And then the rest of the day, they focus on sort of life skills like budgeting and collaborating and those kinds of things. And so they take kind of a personalized learning approach to education. The idea is that the kids are basically on these online programs. There's an artificial intelligence that like guides them through the programs. And then the adults in the building are kind of they're referred to as guides. And so they're there to provide the emotional support to the kids, the cheerleading, the SEL, help to manage behaviors, different things like that. But they don't actually get involved in the direct instruction. They're not up in front of the classroom teaching, they're not making lesson plans, they're not grading papers. They're kind of just there to help the children while the children go through the learning on their own with the assistance of the AI.
Wow. So, in a case like that, what happens if whatever is going on is not really how the children learn at their optimum and so on? So it means that they just sit through it. There's nobody there who's going to be able to tweak something at any point.
Well, and I would imagine that that's probably part of the role of the guides. Like the AI, I think, monitors everything, but I would imagine if there's a problem, like the technology isn't working or the children just aren't making progress, part of what the guides would do would be to sort of step in that place. Do you think this is a good experiment, or do you think that we're making a mistake in giving AI too much control?
I mean, I am a strong believer of using things in moderation. If it's a case where it's introduced incrementally in the classroom, we know that there are benefits to using AI, definitely. I mean, we cannot go around that. My one concern would be introducing it when children are not totally ready for it. Because, I mean, let's face it, we are living in a world where AI is all around us, AI is there, and the children, they should be able to do things on their own. They should be able to manage with AI. Introducing it too heavily, at a time, I think may end up doing more harm than good.
Well, that's it. We have to find the balance. AI has been let out of the box. There's no putting it away, there's no hiding it. It's out there now. And realistically, we know that people use it in their everyday. You and I have talked about times when we've used it to help us with little tasks here or there. And so the children, like you said, I mean, they have to learn how to use AI because by the time, I mean, you're talking, I think this school does fourth through eighth grade. So those eighth graders have 4 years before they get out of high school. In only the last 3 years, AI has gone from barely working to being exceptional. So give it another 4 years, and you know it's going to be something where you've got to know how to use it. It becomes an essential skill. It's almost like the introduction of the computer. If you were born in the 80s, you were raised with the computer, and by the time you got to the working world, you could use it because they were in all the schools. But if computers get introduced when you're 30 years old, and you either learn how to use a computer or you don't get a job. And so we have to prepare them for that AI. I think we do. It's just a matter of, like you said, finding the right moderation and doing it the right way. I kind of like the idea behind this. The idea is that they want to teach more collaboration, they want to teach more life skills, they want to teach more of the things that children need, right? Like we were talking just the other day, the modern school or the design for our current schools were designed during the industrial age to prepare children to go work in factories. Now, obviously, children aren't working in factories anymore. Those have all been, in the States, they've all been shipped overseas.